Good morning. Welcome to Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your life's journey, you are welcome here. We are so happy you've chosen this sanctuary in time. That you are here is something to celebrate. We extend an especially warm welcome to our visitors, and we'll be meeting you afterwards at the welcome desk to chat. Remember, we were all newcomers once. And if you're joining us online, please say chat. Please say hi in the chat. Or you could say chat. We now invite you to rise and greet each other.
Good morning. Today I have just a few announcements. First of all, we hope that you will join us for our solstice pageant tonight at 5 p.m., aka the middle of the night. Doors will open at 4:30 after sunset. It is the Night Owl's Solstice Secret, and there will be music and dancing and storytelling and intergenerational meaning making. And then on Christmas Eve, we will have a traditional candlelit carol full service at 7 p.m. here in the sanctuary. Secondly, we are so honored to be the official sponsor for Boots on the Ground. We invite all who are interested in gathering with a dozen Kansas-based organizations at the state capitol in Topeka on January 14th to affirm a simple truth: that every person deserves access to basic necessities like healthcare, housing, education, and safety. These are not privileges, these are human rights. We will open here at church for coffee and donuts at 9:30 that morning and then carpool to the Capitol. If you're interested, Nancy Mays will have a sign up at the welcome desk after the service. There she is. And then lastly, today is a special day in the theological history of our church. This service today is about the introduction of a goddess on the goddess's day, the winter solstice. We have a group from within the church, the Women and Femmes, who have been growing in their devotion to this goddess and would like to share her here with you today. And if you are visiting today, we are a theologically diverse space. This goddess is named the Black Madonna, and she has appeared across time, arising throughout cultures across history. Today we honor her on the shortest day, the darkest period of the year, when she calls us to our own depth in attempt to recover the sacredness of darkness. She searches on the margins, searching out those who are like her, those who are like us, who are earth-loving, grieving, embodied, cosmological, creative, and deep. We who too search along the margins. The Black Madonna is not a saint. She's a goddess, thought of as the Queen of Heaven, whose archetype is inside each of us, which is how this group defines the divine feminine. I also want to acknowledge that today we are a group of white women reflecting on the Black Madonna, which is a vibe. It's a specific lens that is honorific of this figure, and it's a very different perspective than looking at the Black Madonna and seeing yourself in her, seeing your own reflection in the image of the divine. What we hope to inspire from this conversation is not just an honoring of the Black Madonna, but also what she brings forth, and also in turn, an honoring of the Black women in our lives. Our opening words come from Dr. Jane Darren, Prayer to the Black Madonna. O Mother of the darkness, of the deep, rich soil that brings forth new growth, bless all your children struggling for new ways of being community for each other. O Mother of the darkness of the infinite night sky that graces us with endless stars, bless all your children looking for hope and light to pierce the present shadows. O Mother of the darkness of the creative womb that nurtures brilliant possibilities, bless all your children seeking wisdom yet to be experienced on paths still opening before us. O Mother of the darkness, Black Madonna, Madre Negra, Sarna Matka, who calls everyone in humanity my child. Bless us all and bring us all gift and grace as we reach out for each other's hands.
The Black Madonna is dark and calls us to darkness.
The Black Madonna is cosmic and calls us to cosmology.
The Black Madonna is nature and calls us to our place within nature.
The Black Madonna is embodied and calls us to honor our bodies.
The Black Madonna is deep and calls us to live deeply.
The Black Madonna is creative and calls us to be creative.
The Black Madonna is black and calls us to honor blackness.
The Black Madonna is grief and calls us to hold each other in our grief.
The Black Madonna is change and calls us to radical change.
The Black Madonna is compassion and calls us to compassion, love, and justice.
The Black Madonna calls us to a new renaissance.
Come, let us worship. Please rise as you're willing and able for our opening hymn, 253, O Come All Ye Faithful.
come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Venite adoremus, venite adoremus, venite adoremus Dominus. Lo, humble shepherds, hasting to his cradle, leaving their flocks in the field near. We too with gladness thither bend our footsteps. Venite adoremus, venite adoremus, venite adoremus Dominus. Sing choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Oh, sing all ye citizens of above. Glory to God, all glory in the highest. Venite adoremus, venite adoremus, venite adoremus Dominus.
As Lila, Rune, and Sawyer come forward to light our chalice, we invite you to join us as we recite our covenant. Let us affirm that love is the doctrine of this church, the quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Can I have all the children to come up front, please? Hey, y'all, good morning. I am so happy to see your smiling faces. No? No smiles? Oh, there we go. They have smiling faces. We found them. So today I have my friend up here with me. Hey, Madeline.
Hey, Micah.
So I noticed you have some stuff here. What's that?
Do any of you recognize who these are? Yeah? Anybody?
Yeah.
In
Tafiti.
Tafiti. That is exactly what my daughter calls her. This is the Virgin Mary. Yeah, so we have here the Virgin Mary and Gaia. Does anybody here know about Gaia? And another name for her that we have? Mother Earth is exactly right. So what do the two of these statues have in common? Anybody? Moms, right? And we're also talking today about the Black Madonna. So Gaia represents the earth, right, Micah?
Yeah, I mean, That's what I thought.
She's a goddess of the earth, and we also call her Mother Earth. How else is the earth like a mother? What else does she do for us besides just be there? Yeah. She gives us plants to feed us like a mom, right? Provides a place to live. She's our home, and she provides for us.
Okay, so I get it. Plants like springtime, summertime, maybe a tiny bit in the fall. But like, what about in winter when things get really quiet and like nothing is growing?
Well, I like to think in winter that the earth is sleeping, like lots of animals need to in winter. And I don't know if any of you have ever been around a woman when she's pregnant, also may need a lot of sleep because life takes a lot of energy to make.
I mean, I get it. We sometimes need rest. But what do these things have to do with the Black Madonna?
Well, the Black Madonna has also been a version of the Madonna, Virgin Mary, but she's older than that. She's also a mother, but she's got dark skin, unlike a lot of representations we're used to. And that's because a lot of the Black Madonnas came from Africa, but they also have a connection to older goddesses like Gaia and other folk religions. But yeah, she also represents darkness. That's the important part.
Okay, but wait, like aren't all of our like wintry holidays all about like light and sparkles and fun?
Well, why do you think we celebrate the light so much in wintertime? We want it to come back because it's so dark, and today is the darkest day of the year, right? So
we're celebrating that that light is coming back. Okay.
And we're also celebrating the growth that happens in the dark, reminding ourselves that we need care. And so I wanted to invite all of you to take a wish that you have and hold it like a little seed. And as we head out today, if you'd like, you're welcome to touch one of these statues and send out your wish for the winter time in the darkness.
You may go to your classes.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
The litany of the Black Madonna's attributes that we just read was based on an article written by Matthew Fox. Fox is a spiritual theologian, Episcopal priest, author, and activist who developed creation spirituality, a nature-centered, inclusive spiritual path which emphasizes the inherent goodness and sacredness of the universe, drawing from Christian mysticism, science, and indigenous wisdom to see the divine in all creation. Matthew Fox believes that the Black Madonna is emerging once again in our collective psyche because the world is crying out for what she represents and offers us. Sometime in the 1980s, Matthew Fox led a workshop on creation spirituality here in Kansas City, which I attended. And though it has been more than 40 years, I still clearly recall and still experience a visceral reaction to the words with which he opened the workshop. Mother Earth is dying. The Black Madonna honors the earth and represents ecology and ecological concerns. She calls us to the environmental revolution, which is a profound, necessary, and widespread societal shift in how humanity interacts with the planet, moving from destructive extraction to regenerative, sustainable practices, recognizing our interconnectedness with all things. She has always stood for justice, for the oppressed and the people on the margins. The Black Madonna sees things in terms of the whole and does not tolerate the abuse and exploitation of natural resources or the oppression of human beings for the financial aggrandizement of a few. She urges us to stand up to those powers that, if they had their way, would exploit Mother Earth's bounty and beauty for short-term gain, threatening the very survival of future generations and of our planet. She calls us to something new and very ancient, a new relationship between Earth and humans, one of mutuality, not mastering, one that honors all relations.
The Black Madonna calls us to our divinity, which is compassion. I was raised in a Polish Catholic church, and the icon you see behind me is Our Lady of Częstochowa. When my husband and I were in Poland in 2016-ish, we didn't get a chance to go there, but I learned a lot about her. And I saw this icon every Sunday at church. Now, this Black Madonna was said to have saved a monastery in Poland, and she is very richly adorned in blue with the fleur-de-lis, which are very royal things. The Black Madonna embodies compassion and divine feminine energy, offering solace and guidance to those who seek her. And this is what calls out to me about her. I do my best every single day to be compassionate toward people and not judgmental. Compassion is the best of which our species is capable. It is also the secret name for divinity. There is no spiritual tradition in the East or West, North or South that does not exist to instruct its people in how to be compassionate. Now, seeing this image of Our Lady of Częstochowa, I always wondered why she was dark-skinned. I mean, I'm in a Polish community. How many black people do you know live in a Polish community? Not many. But my mother's mother, my grandmother, used to tell me that Our Lady was dark because all people belonged to the divine, and no one should ever be excluded from that love. Compassion is present in the Black Madonna in her very essence, for the first outburst of everything that the goddess does is compassion. That was said by Meister Eckhart. To return to compassion is to return to the Black Madonna. Only the Great Mother could provide the compassion needed by the sorrowful human condition we may find ourselves in today. Because of Our Lady of Częstochowa and the Black Madonna, we need to always help all of those around us, no matter what they look like, or what church they attend, or who they love.
Through the quiet lake and river, frozen fingers send a shiver, reaching outward with aggression. Winter's hands now take possession. Bitter winds no more are waiting, autumn's colors round us fading. Feel the breezes wrap around you. Now the winter's icy hands surround you. Springtime apple blooms are showing, summer daisies round us growing, autumn's crimson inventory, winter steals away its glory. By winter's hands, all is made white. Cold as she flies out into the night. Bitter winds no more are waiting, autumn's colors round us fading. Feel the breezes wrap around you. Now the winter's icy hands surround you. Surround you.
I pictured her tall, about 10 feet tall, dressed in various hues of blue. She had coarse dark hair and dark skin. I imagined her by my side as my guardian. I was experiencing a visualization during my healing work. I was 40-something, going back in time within a process. I imagined her with me as I was 15 years old when my mother felt the devil was in the room. She screamed to get out, as she shattered a glass against the wall. It represented the essence of her life crumbling. She couldn't believe what life was asking of her. It seemed her life was being shoved into chaos as my minister father denounced his religion. Her whole life was changing. She lost her faith, lost a community, lost connection with family, and with her, my world was shattered also. So the image came to me, and the dark mother figure was there with me, tall and strong. She came to me again on a separate occasion. I imagined her with a younger part of myself. I was 9 years old. I was taken from my family by a stranger, and there in the woods alone, I imagined her with me. She championed my little child. She went through everything with me. I felt less of a victim with her by my side. I did not know her by her name until my brother, who studied with Matthew Fox, asked me whether she might be the Black Madonna in me. He sent me the articles with the 12 gifts of the Black Madonna. And as I read through them, I recognized her. I felt that she was the woman who helped me through. As I was searching for a mother figure, a protector, she was there for me. She is the guardian within me. She was always there. She lives in my inner world. Matthew Fox believes that the Black Madonna is coming back to us. She is an archetype that we need. We need her in our present time. He writes that the first gift or challenge of the Madonna is her darkness. The Black Madonna is dark. I struggle with my darkness. I struggle with my fear, my anger, my sadness. I'm afraid of my depression. I was warned by my grandmother not to look too deeply within myself, to not go back, only look forward. But the Madonna asked me to sit with her in my inner sanctum and ask the questions. What is the sadness or the anger really about? Where does it sit in my body? How can I hear what the sadness is saying? How can I be informed by my strong emotions? The Black Madonna calls me to grieve. She made it okay to be sad even when I was told to move on. Somehow I felt that she had experienced the dark deepness herself. I feel she had cried tears larger than mine, even though she lives within me as an idea, an archetype. She is real to me. She holds me in the dark. She gives me strength and hope. The 11th gift of the Madonna talks about the renaissance she brings. She allows for the full range of feelings. I feel a lifting in my heart space when I read about the renaissance she might bring. If she brought a renaissance in the 12th century, might she bring it again to us now? Could it be that all this chaos could be for something? Even though all that I lost in my world, loss of safety, loss of community, loss of beliefs, all that we are losing today in the world, right now, might it be transformed? I feel a lifting in my chest, and I think that what's coming could be better than what I could imagine. I hope Matthew is right about the next Renaissance. I want to be part of it. I want the Black Madonna to be with me. I want her to be with all of us.
We come to this place to see and be seen, to teach and be taught, to hear and be heard. I invite you to reach over and nudge the person sitting next to you, reminding them and yourselves that we are gathered here in peace and in authenticity and in intention. We also come to this place to share our joys and sorrows. If you have a rare joy or a profound sorrow, please come forward and briefly share in 2 to 3 sentences and light a candle. space, however that looks for you, perhaps putting your feet flat on the ground, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, taking a moment to come into your body. On the longest night of the year, we gather today in compassion. I invite you to draw to mind someone who has been marginalized from our society. This might be someone who you know. This might be someone who you can imagine. This might be someone who you've only seen once. Someone whose humanity has been forsaken and is. Putting your hands up, palms up in your lap, keeping their face in your mind's eye, imagining them smiling. Repeat after me. May you be free from suffering. May you be free from harm. May you be free. And then turning your attention inward, you can put your hand over your heart, knowing the ways that you have been made small, that you have been marginalized, knowing how badly you too want to be in the center and loved and understood for all that you bring or could bring. Repeat after me. May I be free from suffering. May I be free from harm. May I be free. And now placing your hands in your lap in a meditation, one in the cup of the other. Drawing our whole world into your mind as if you were a statue in a cathedral, accepting your followers and your flowers. Let us say a prayer, a well wish for the entire world. May we be free from suffering. May we be free from harm. May we be free.
A brighter day is coming, as it always has before, while the world keeps spinning. Let your spirit soar. A brighter day is coming, I believe with my whole heart. It will shine down, giving us a new start. A brighter day is coming. A brighter day is growing near. I feel the light slowly rising. A brighter day is almost here. I choose to believe the clouds will clear, for a brighter day is coming. Don't you fear.
Many of the women who shaped me as I was growing up were influenced by images of women passed down through the Christian tradition, images that often shaped expectations about how women were meant to live and express themselves. In the Protestant tradition, Mary, for example, was rarely spoken about, but when she was usually described as gentle, meek, and mild, obedient to a male God. A few months ago, the Women in Femmes group spent time with a poem that invites us to see Mary differently. We share that poem today as an invitation to listen with openness and to notice how the same religious symbols can be used either to reinforce inherited patterns or to open space for something new. This poem by Angie Solons is titled Mary, Our Lady of Choice. They polished her into porcelain, took the mud from her toes, the wind from her hair, the hunger from her belly. They dressed her in blue silence, called her blessed, but meant obedient, meant contained, meant keep your legs crossed and eyes lowered. Because a woman who chooses where to place her love, her body, her power, that kind of woman cannot be controlled. So they made her a virgin, because a woman untouched is easier to place on a pedestal than one who's tasted the divine in the heat of her own skin. But I want to meet the Mary with fire on her lips, the Mary who said yes, not to duty, but to desire. I want the Mary whose thighs welcomed the holy, not through immaculate mystery, but through the sacred act of embodiment, through a sacred yes that trembled with courage and moaned with freedom. What if she wasn't picked like a prize for being pure? What if she chose to birth revolution, not because it was foretold, but because she believed the world was worthy of love? Why did they need her a virgin? Because if she was fully woman, fully alive, fully blood and bone and pleasure, then everything the church told us about obedience and shame falls apart like stale communion wafers. They fear a Mary who says, my holiness is not in my silence, it's in my song. It's in my stretch marks, it's in my thighs and my laugh. And the moment I decided to bring life into this wild world because I wanted to. What if every woman knew? What if every girl in every pew knew that they are holy in their choosing, sacred in their loving, divine in their yes, and powerful in their no? Mary wasn't made holy by abstaining. She was holy because she was Mary, because she dared to carry the fire, because she said yes to love on her terms, and so do you. So rise, you holy creatures, you fierce Marys in combat boots, in lipstick, in pajamas, in protest. Your body is not a sin to manage. It is a prayer in motion, and it is already divine.
stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long ago, Christ, a homeless stranger, so the Gospels say, cradled in a manger and a bed of hay. In the bleak midwinter, stable place sufficed. Mary and her baby, Jesus Christ. Once more child and mother weave their magic spell, touching hearts with wonder, words can never tell. In the bleak midwinter, in this world of pain, where our hearts are open, love is born again.
As I reflect on the Black Madonna and the need for her message in today's world, I look closer at today's world. It is obscured by smoke and mirrors. So much that is sacred has been twisted. The sweet young lamb comes to us as a wolf in lamb's clothing. And at times I find myself losing faith in the possibilities of love and care and sustainability. I find myself facing down a terrible homogeny, a reduction of diversity, a loss of equity and inclusion. And in these moments that I find myself hopeless that we won't be able to be one with the earth, hopeless that we won't be able to flourish, I find myself hopeless that we have gone too far. Indeed, in these darkest moments of the year, today, on the shortest day of the year, when we have covered our faces and bodies in shelter, when we have shrouded ourselves in fear and hopelessness at the direction of our country, the Black Madonna calls us not into the light, but rather she calls us deeper, deeper still. She calls us into the darkness, the gestation, into the expanse of the cosmos. She calls to us if we listen. Faintly but clearly from deep within the center of the earth, she calls to us to witness the fertile black soil. At exactly the moment that we crave only light and love and wellness, she rather calls us to deep down engage, to search deeper, deeper, to search the margins for those who have been cast out, to look more closely at ourselves, and to hold more tightly to that which we know to be true. And we know that our diversity is our flourishing. That if some of us aren't flourishing, then none of us truly are. This is the simple, honest wisdom of our universalism. That if people are being marginalized, so is the potential for humanity. Homogeny is rearing its ugly head with the disappearing of people off the very streets in our city. The dismantling of science and scientists in our own schools. Our modern-day Herod is collecting up the children of those who he sees as his enemy. And when we make only enemies of those who are not like us, the Black Madonna lifts her eyes in the cathedral to the heavens, and tears stream down her cheeks in sorrow for the worshiping of golden idols. Let us grieve with her. As she towers in the cathedral, accepting her fellow mourners with grace, accepting her flowers laid at her feet. Oh, come, let us adore her. Madonna, Mary, Mother, Earth, Black One, Lovely One, let us, like her, search the margins of society for those who have been cast out, for the parts of us that have been cast out. Let us move into the deep, rich, cosmic grief that swirls within us for how hateful and misguided we see people be. And as we strive to be a balm in this hurting world, it is my deepest prayer that in our devotion to the earth and her people, that we come to know this, that within our own walls, if people are marginalized from our community, so is our understanding of the wholeness of the divine. And in our devotion to all that is holy, all that is right, all that is good and wholesome and kind, may we seek the humanity in every person, especially in those who are the hardest to love. That if the diversity of humanity is not celebrated, neither can be the goddess, nor God, nor the earth, nor the cosmos. May we, as a congregation, hear the call of the Black Madonna and fight for those who have been made low. For without even one person's offering, we will not be well. Let us affirm and reaffirm, and affirm once more, and then again, and once more after that, and then again, and then we'll do it every week, that love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Wait, I have to follow that? Holy moly. The Black Madonna calls us to celebrate and to dance. Anybody who knows me knows that I love to celebrate. I've been told I'm not allowed to dance up here, though. Oh, let me think. It was not. And it was a joke, okay? It was a joke. It was a joke. The Black Madonna, the sorrowful mother, weeps tears for the world. And as the sorrowful mother, she does not wallow in her grief, nor does she stay there forever. She is a joyful mother, a mother happy to have being and to have shared it with so many other people. This is an important aspect of the Black Madonna for me. Celebration of life, its pleasures, is the reason she can conquer the sorrows. I enjoy life as much as I can. Just ask my husband when I'm being a little bit too noisy and excitable. I revel in the beauty of every season, even if it seems there's no reason to celebrate. So this year, before Christmas, I did something fun. I always have an Advent calendar. I've had one since I've been itty bitty. So I was looking through them, and I found one, and I went, oh, no, I can't do that. Went back, I kept coming back to it. So I finally bought it, because it's the Nightmare Before Christmas Advent calendar. And every day, I get to open a door, and I get a little bitty figure to put on a small Christmas tree I have. Now, every month, I decorate this tree with different things for whatever that month's theme is. You know, January snowflakes, and February Valentine, blah, blah. Okay, anyway, so I've been putting these little things on there because they are these little bitty ornaments, and it is so much fun every morning, okay? This is so non-traditional for me, but you know what? The non-traditional can be holy, exciting, and so much fun, okay? So speaking about the Black Madonna in this way is non-traditional and wonderful and fun. Meister Eckhart, who I quoted earlier, says, "What happens to another, be it a joy or a sorrow, happens to me." Celebration is an exercise of our common joy. Praise is the noise that joy makes. Joy, praise, and celebration are intrinsic to community and to the par excellence of the Black Madonna. She is a lover of life and a celebration, and she expects us to be the same. At this time of year, there are so many people that need help, and that includes our church. This church depends on all of us, our generosity of time, wisdom, and especially financial resources. So I invite you to give generously this Christmas season to support the work of this church and all the things we do to help those around us. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared values.
as the chalice is extinguished. Let us affirm that we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please rise as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, number 231, Angels We Have Heard on High.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why these songs of happy cheer? What great brightness did you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, whom the angels praise above. Mary, Joseph, lend your aid, while we raise our hearts in love. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
This week, may you find a deep, dark peace. Go in peace.